Delta State, deep in Nigeria's south, has consistently been a safe bet for the People's Democratic Party ever since Nigeria's latest experiment with democracy. The party has maintained a stranglehold on the levels of power in the state over an unbroken period of 23 years as the country prepares to go into another general election. PDP is doing all it would to take and to continue to serve the people of Delta State. Lucky Ighoyota is a former PDP House of Assembly aspirant in Delta State, a good governance advocate, a former presidential campaign spokesperson, and currently the deputy chairman, youth wing of the Delta State PDP Campaign Council. He joins us right now for a chat. I want to say thank you very much. Lucky, I want to find out from you. Delta has been largely ruled in this latest republic by PDP. But right now, some are saying that that might change. I'll put it into context. Who will be running for the seat in the government house for the APC? And they're saying that that might just be the game changer in the person of Ighoyota Agege.
Yes, thank you very much. No doubt, Senator Ighoyota Agege, the DSP, is the challenger to our gubernatorial candidate in Delta. Like you rightly said in your preview, that Delta State have been governed for the last 23 years uninterruptedly. Ighoyota Agege started with the PDP, so it's more like a son of the PDP challenging the PDP. He himself understands how the PDP works in Delta. We have a very fortified candidate in the person of Right Honorable Chief Francis Sheriff Oboriwori that is going to be slugging out with him. And Francis Oboriwori, for the benefit of those who don't know him too well, is a grassroots politician. So we are not expecting anything less of victory that we have reached in the past 23 years.
All right, Lucky, it's good to have you. Delta State, no doubt, PDP is always a force to be reckoned with there, but how has your relations been with other opposition parties in terms of moving the state forward? Yes, PDP has a reign and power, but in having inclusion with all stakeholders, how has the relations been so far?
Yeah, talking about inclusiveness, it's been smooth in the sense that we had James Ibori from 1999 to 2007. He did his best to make sure that every interest group that is stakeholder, don't forget that Delta, as it were, is a state that is plurally ethnicized. We have a lot of ethnic group in Delta. So whoever that is governing Delta, whether it's a PDP governor or not, owes a duty to Delta to bring everybody on board. So in terms of bringing people on board, the PDP that have been governing since 1990, they have done that so well. That is why you have seen the relative peace in Delta all over the place. Even when there were agitations in the Niger Delta, you could see how the present governor, Governor Ighoyota, did his best to see that the whole situation was calmed down in the wake up of the Avengers under this administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. So in terms of relating with the people, I think the PDP have actually fared well. I'm also talking about the incoming governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oboriwori. I call him the incoming governor consciously because I know he's going to win. He's a grassroots, but he was born and bred in Delta. For some of us in Delta, we will refer to him as a street credible personality. That's why they often call him is a man with enormous street credibility. So it's not going to depart from what his predecessors have been doing in trying to bring and harmonize all Deltas together to front our common destiny.
All right, Lucky, talk to me about what people are saying concerning the fact that the fight, which was slugged out in court and went all the way to the Supreme Court between Sheriff Oboriwori, as you spoke about, and David Edevie, has fragmented the PDP, yes. Understanding that two political godfathers, James Ibori on one hand and Senator Okowa on the other hand, we're looking at two different candidates. And at the moment, we are hearing that the losing side of the PDP might not necessarily support that Sheriff's candidacy moving forward, and that might be a huge disadvantage for the PDP as we head towards the polls. Talk to us about this.
Okay, I can assure you and tell you for free here that the PDP in Delta is a one big family. Just like you have quarrels here and there amongst siblings, yes, we did have that disagreements around the Dewey camp and the sheriff's camp. But after the Supreme Court judgment, Chief Francis Oboriwori and the incumbent governor have done their best in reaching out to all concerned and aggrieved party men and women. And I think the fold is back fully. If you followed up very closely with our word-to-word campaigns and also the LGA, local government to local government campaigns that we did between October and November leading to December, you notice that the former governor, the immediate past governor, Dr. Emmanuel Ighoyota, was actually in charge of the campaign, so to speak, because it was all over the place campaigning for the candidate. And don't forget that people see him as more like a godson to James Ibori. He belongs to the James Ibori political family. A whole lot of them have come back, like depends on Chief Ejinre, that is even from the same local government with our governor candidate, have also joined the fold. So for a pocket of them here and there who obviously have gone into political oblivion are moving to the APC for reasons best known to them. But I don't think that will put much of a threat to the PDP. I think the PDP stand a very good chance to win the election, either ways.
Lucky, very good. Still on this issue of
Yes.
resolving whatever challenges you might have within the PDP through legal means. You talked about one big family and one united PDP, but if the cases had not gone to court, could there have been a way, an internal mechanism of resolving these issues when they arise? That's the essence of having, resolving all these issues and, of course, having to avoid litigations at the end of the day.
Yes, no doubt, no doubt. The PDP have a mechanism for reconciliation and all things that can lead to us achieving a one family before they went to court. But you never can stop an individual from going to court, other than probably trying to appease or appeal to his conscience. Now that they've gone to court and judgments have been delivered at the highest level in the land, everybody have come to realize that it is either we win our state or we trade it off. And nobody's ready to trade or his or our political future off for a micro party like the APC in Delta, because the APC is just fledgling in Delta. It just if not for the recent emergence of Senator Obi Omagege as the Deputy Senate President, APC is almost on a near zero scale in Delta. So I think the PDP members that went to court, most of them have realized the fact that they shouldn't have gone to court. They should have explored all peace reconciliation mechanisms. But that has already passed. We are already together. We are forging a new front. Even when the President Guba Kande visited the ward and the LG of Chief David, Olorugun David Edewe, he alluded to the fact that Edewe and him are running for the race with a one agenda. It's a people's agenda. And he craved their indulgence to give him the needed support. And the people actually gave him a yay. They gave him a yes, that they are going to support him fully. So I don't think the court case will actually have a toll in our performance in the election, because all those issues have all passed, and the state already set up, the state leadership of the party under the leadership of Ologun Kisli Siso have also set up a committee to reach out to all stakeholders.
All right, Lucky, let's talk about the elder statesman talking about Chief Edwin Clark, who has made scathing remarks about the governor of Delta State, talking about Senator Ighoyota. He's called him a betrayer. He has said he should step down, that he backstabbed people in the South. And he's said so much. What do you have to say to that? Because he's someone that is very respected in the Ijaw region and also here in Nigeria. For him to have come out to say so much negative things about Senator Ighoyota, talking about the governor of the state, what do you have to say to that?
Yes, I think that that question will be answered by the Commissioner for Information, Mr. Charles Nyagu, earlier on yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. He actually addressed the issue, but if for the purpose of this interview, if you want me to say anything, Per Clark is our father. He has expressed his views, his concern as a citizen and as a Deltan, and nobody is going to join words with him. But all we know for sure is that the issues he raised are quite sentimental and political. You know, he has already pitched his tent with the Labour Party candidate, and at some point we knew who he was working for during the presidential primaries of the PDP. He actually supported one of the southern aspirants, so we are not surprised of his recent hardball. But however, we do know here in Delta that the governor is not involved in those kind of borrowings and allegations and other allegations that he actually leveled against the governor. We know the governor is doing very fine and is actually leaving Delta State in a very strong pedestal, given the circumstances that surrounded his emergence. Because immediately after the emergence of Governor Kowa, you recall that the Avengers, there was cruel theft, there was the fall of the price of oil in the global market. So it took a painstaking leadership, charisma and maneuvering to have been able to maneuver the state through. So Edwin Clark probably is not well informed. You know, he's already aged, and some of those things are actually probably filters coming from sycophants, so to speak, that are trying to just give the governor some problem. The governor did not on his own choose himself to be the VP candidate of the party. He took the goodwill of the Waziri Adamawa, that is the former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, to pick him. Probably he actually eschewed all the options before him and settled for Kowa. So it's not the Kowa's fault to have been picked to become Vice President. In his hard boss, he accused the governor of betraying. I don't see any betrayal here because the primaries has passed. We had a fair primary. There was a zoning committee, and the governor of Benue State actually chaired that committee, who is a member of the G5 governors today. He is an ally of Wike. If they knew they had wanted a southern candidate, he should have concluded that in his report. But he didn't do that. Because after the primary, they started shouting southern candidacy. I don't think it's Governor Kowa's fault. We must accept those facts and put the record straight. I think the commissioner did all that he needed to do to provide answers for AK Clark's outburst.
And on that note, we'd like to thank you, Lucky Ighoyota, Deputy Chairman of the Youth Wing, Delta State PDP Campaign Council. We'd like to thank you for your time.